Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a first impression of the new Maybelline foundation. It's called Dream Cushion. It is a cushion applicator foundation. It says it's supposed to be a liquid foundation for on the go. I have mine in shade number 45, so I'm going to be switching over to me with no makeup on in like 2 seconds. And I'm going to do a full demo for you. I do a check-in later on throughout the day to show you how it wore and give you my thoughts on it. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to click that subscribe button. I post new videos here every week. And I also have Instagram and Snapchat that I always forget to mention. I think those are like two of my favorite ones to be on, so you should definitely add me. Come say hi. My usernames for both are TrinaDuhra. I also will put my Snap code right here, so it'll make it super easy to add me on Snapchat. And then if you guys have done that, let's go ahead and get started with the first look of this foundation. It's Valentine's Day, and you know what that calls for. Pyro! Alright, I hope that doesn't burn anything. I hope it doesn't kill my flowers. Speaking of my flowers, are these not the most gorgeous things you've ever seen? Oh, you can't really see these back here. They're kind of in there. I got those at an event last week, and then today is Valentine's Day, and then Andy bought me these this morning. But they wouldn't fit in my shelf, like I just couldn't make it work, so I thought I would just show them off in my video. Sorry, okay, that's not what we're here for today. So I'm just going to give you a few details on the product before we get started. So there's 8 different shades to choose from. I went with 45 because it was still yellow toned. It might be a little bit too dark, whereas one lighter was shade 40, and that went on super pink. And then the one underneath that, which was 30, which is called Warm Nude, that one was still yellow tone, but it seemed to be too light. And the only claims that I can find on the website is that it's supposed to provide a complete luminous coverage for fresh face perfection. I bought mine from Walmart for $11.96. As for packaging, you open it up, you have a really nice mirror in here, which I really appreciate for drugstore. I said the same thing about the L'Oreal Lumi because they almost look identical. Oh my gosh, I should have looked inside before I showed company how filthy it is. But I'm not gonna lie, when you're using these cushions, it does get a little bit messy because of the applicator. Anyway, we'll get to that. You have the cushion applicator and the product sits right here. So I'm gonna give this one tap and apply it to the face. It's a little bit dark. Very natural coverage. It definitely took the redness out of the face. I know that for me, looking at it, the color of it is totally throwing me off, but I know that the 30 would have been too light, and you guys definitely would have let me know that, and then the one in between would have been too pink. So for me, I think it would have been a mix of the 2 shades, the 30 and the 45, which kind of sucks because who wants to do that? And especially with this, that's just way too messy. Definitely feels lightweight. It's still transferring, like, you can kind of see the color on my fingers. So I'm gonna do one more pump and show you what 2 layers looks like. How do you guys love that tapping sound? It provided a little bit more coverage, but again, it's still very natural. I know that this is not gonna build to a full coverage, so I'm not even gonna try. But what I do remember about cushion foundations is that they get very shiny throughout the day. So on this side of the face, I didn't use a primer, but on this side of the face, I wanna try using one. And I'm gonna try out the Pixi Flawless and Poreless Primer. And this is supposed to minimize pores, mattify, and be hydrating all at the same time. Mostly focusing this on the T-zone. Here's what I was talking about. So I've only done 2 pumps, and as you press it on, it kind of gets on your fingers, and then that gets on the cushion, or the product just kind of seeps up over top. So yeah, really messy, kind of sticky. I'm not a crazy fan of that, but let's go ahead and try it on this side. Oh my gosh, I am full out Donald Trump for this first impression. I can still see my freckles underneath, but again, for more of that fresh face look, I think that's what you're going for. You don't really want to cover everything up. I do think the skin looks really smooth, but again, the foundation is almost just kind of sitting on top of the skin right now. I want to take my beauty blender and blend that out. I do remember using the beauty blender in my last tutorial with the L'Oreal one, and it did actually work a little bit better than the actual cushion applicator that it comes with, but I always feel like we're kind of defeating the purpose by doing that. I want to really test out the product, like the applicator that it comes with. I just applied some under eye concealer, which helped to conceal the dark circles and give me a little bit of brightness under the eyes. And then I used the Benefit POREfessional Shine Vanishing Pro powder to set. And then I'm also just going to take a little bit of this with the same brush. It's this really tiny one that I use for the eyes, but I'm also just going to set the face with this as well, because I am definitely seeing that very radiant, luminous finish, but I know that with my skin type, which by the way is normal combination, so I definitely get oily throughout the T-zone throughout the day. So I know that if I don't do a good job setting this area, I will just be super greasy within the hour. And you can see here on the chin that it didn't do a super great job at concealing some of the blemishes that I have on my chin. So that's just something to keep in mind when deciding if you need this foundation. So just to hit you guys with a time check, it is currently 1:57, and I wanted to show that to you now because I know I'm still gonna add bronzer and blush, but the foundation is set. Overall, I think my skin looks really nice. It is definitely giving my skin that more fresh-faced look that I do, yes me, do sometimes look for. So I'm gonna wear this throughout the rest of the day. It's just after 2:25 now, and I will check back in at the end of the day and I will show you if it lasted, if I got super shiny, and if I would recommend this. Oh my goodness, I am shiny. It is 10:25. Wow, I wore that for a really long time, so just over 7 hours. I'm impressed. I did not think I was gonna have that on for that long. I'm just going to do this because I don't have any blotting papers around me right now. And obviously I didn't do that throughout the day because I just wanted to see how it was gonna wear, what it was gonna look like. It does actually look pretty good, which leads me into my pros and cons list, which I did write down on my phone so that I could just be really thorough about this, get to the point, because it's 10:30, I'm ready to take this off. So besides how shiny it got, I do think it wore pretty well throughout the day. I'd still say that I have almost the same amount of coverage that I had when I first applied it, except I do notice areas missing on like the sides of my nose. The redness is definitely showing like right here. And my chin, the blemishes are starting to come through, but it totally provided that luminous coverage and fresh face look that it claimed to. Now, getting into the cons, I didn't really feel like it set on my skin, so throughout the day it kind of felt greasy as the day went on, and I felt like if I touched my face, I was moving it around. And I didn't really notice a difference between the side that had a primer on. Like, I totally took my mirror and examined it. I think I'm still equally as shiny on this side versus this side. Let me know what you guys think. I do think the color selection is kind of tough, and especially when there's only 8 shades, it's definitely hard to find your perfect match. And then I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm gonna. I've tried the L'Oreal one. I assumed that there would be somewhat of a difference between the Maybelline one and the L'Oreal one, but there isn't. It's pretty much, yeah, it's the exact same product. Like, if you go and watch my review of this, I say the exact same things. It wore the exact same way, and I was just hoping that there was gonna be something to talk about, like some type of difference that made this one better than this one, or vice versa. And then that leads me into my overall decision, and that is, I have the L'Oreal one. I've had it for quite some time and I never wear it, which pretty much means I'm never gonna wear the Maybelline one. And that sucks. I feel harsh for even saying that because it's a really nice foundation. I can totally appreciate the natural, fresh face look, but I just don't think it's for me. I'm just not into cushion foundation, and I think that I have to accept that. And here's why. Because it gives me that really natural, no makeup look, which I think is great for like a weekend, like a, you know, a lazy Sunday. You're going out, you want to give your face a little bit of coverage, but still look really natural. I never do that, and honestly it takes a lot more work than you'd actually think to get you that no makeup look, and I don't feel like this is stable enough because it makes me shiny and I feel like I have to touch it up, and I just don't really like the feeling of it. It does feel really silky. So again, I think it would be really good for somebody with dry skin. I would definitely recommend this to somebody that's looking for more of a natural finish. But for me, I just don't think cushion foundations are it. So I hope you guys like this foundation review, or first impression I should say. My voice is getting so raspy because it's nighttime. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments if you've tried it. Let me know if you're gonna try it. And I also want to know what other foundations you'd like to see me review. Pop those in the comments so I can read them. And that is it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Click this box right here to check out my vlog channel. It's called Life with Trina. I'm gonna have more wedding stuff coming your way very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Happy Valentine's Day! But not really, because it's over when you're watching this. Bye.